Over the last 16 days, you have mastered the two-dimensional grid. You can draft floor plans, map out elevations, and connect highly precise line work. But in mechanical design, flat geometry reaches its limit quickly. Parts have mass, they take physical space. Today, our objective is to turn flat lines into this solid metal L bracket. We'll build a functional single-piece component with a perfectly bored bolt hole. Following our official syllabus, this brings us right into session 17. We are transitioning into 3D navigation and modification, which allows us to manipulate objects across 3 different axes. Before we start, save your work and close out any background applications. Calculating 3-dimensional mass requires significant processing power, so we need to give AutoCAD as much memory as possible to prevent lagging. Transitioning into the 3rd dimension requires a shift in spatial logic. You are now designing for the displacement of mass, ensuring that every edge connects to form a closed structural volume. If you are using AutoCAD 2026, the 3D commands might be hidden by default. To bring them up, right-click anywhere on your top ribbon, navigate to your tabs, and check the box labeled 3D Tools. Next, look to the right side of your screen and click your View Cube. This tilts the grid and reveals the Z-axis, providing the depth needed to build your workspace. We will start by drafting 2 distinct flat rectangles on this grid. One represents the base plate of our bracket, and the other will become the vertical wall. Right now, these are independent lines. To create actual mass, the software needs a solid boundary. Type the word region into the command line, select your rectangles, and press Enter. This is a critical step. If you attempt to extrude fragmented lines, the software generates hollow wireframe shells. But when you lock those lines into a sealed region, the software fills the interior, creating dense, opaque blocks. Select the Extrude tool from your 3D menu. Click both of your regions, pull them upward along the Z-axis, type in 10 for your thickness, and hit Enter. In 3D modeling, geometry must be airtight. If the 2D perimeter isn't perfectly sealed, the software cannot calculate the internal volume, leaving you with a surface rather than a solid part. We now have 2 thick components, but they are both lying flat on the grid. We have to reorient them for assembly. Select the piece that will act as the vertical wall and activate the 3D Rotate command. The 3D gizmo maps rotation to 3 axes. The red, green, and blue rings each isolate a specific direction of tilt. To stand the wall up, click the red ring. Drag upward, type a 90-degree parameter, and press Enter. Now that the wall is vertical, we need to attach it to the base plate. To do this, activate the 3D Move command. Grab the bottom corner of your vertical wall. With your 3D object snaps turned on, lock that corner directly to the back edge of the base plate to ensure the parts are perfectly aligned. The pieces are in contact, but the software still calculates these as 2 separate, vulnerable entities. Select the Union tool from your ribbon. Click the base plate, then the wall, and hit Enter. The seam between them disappears. Mastering the gizmo and the Union command allows you to assemble complex, monolithic architectures out of these simplistic foundational shapes. To finalize this as a functional part, we need a bolt hole that penetrates through the center of the base plate. Draft a 2D circle on the top surface of the base. Extrude that circle completely through the bottom of the bracket, creating an intersecting cylinder. We will now use the Subtract command to remove that cylinder's volume from the bracket. Subtracting requires a binary logic. First, select the mass to keep, then select the mass to remove. Press Enter one last time to execute the command. This wipes the cylinder from existence, leaving a perfect void and a cleanly bored structural hole. Removing negative space from a positive mass is the digital equivalent of real-world machining and drilling. Hold the Shift key and your middle mouse button to engage the Orbit command. Move around the bracket to inspect the integrity of your work. You should see a seamless corner where the plates fused and a cleanly machined borehole through the base. Now that you have mastered basic solids, you are ready for the next module. Session 18 introduces tools like Press Pull, Sweep Solid, and Helix, which allow for even more complex structural modifications. Crossing the threshold from 2D lines into 3D mass changes your role in the design process. Today's lesson turns your drafting workspace into a virtual assembly floor, where you are constructing the structural architecture itself.